Morgan Van Riper Rose leading the Pioneers in scoring, 13.1 a game. Maya Michelle leading rebounder at 9.8. Schill wins the tip, goes back to Bird. And Cunningham, now James. Thomas will fire a three right off the bat. Nice box out there by Michelle, but she couldn't corral the rebound. Cunningham on the inside, first shot is up and in. For Terea Cunningham. She can score in the basketball, did just have 12 points in her last outing against New Mexico State. Spartans on Thursday were in Las Cruces, New Mexico. They lost 90-70. Van Riper Rose from the left corner. She knocks her first shot down. It's always a good sign to see the shooter, Van Riper Rose, see the first one go through the basket. Kaylee Edwards, the freshman from Legacy High School, had a career-high 31 in that double overtime loss to Utah State. In the game before that, she had 21, also a career high. So Kaylee Edwards really playing well for the Denver Pioneers. Edwards was coming off the bench. She's started the last 8 games. Really making a difference with her addition of those minutes. Cunningham, guarded by Van Riper Rose, goes into the lane, shot up, and that's going to be a whistle and a foul. It's going to go against Allison Janasek. And Cunningham will go to the line. Cunningham able to get around Van Riper Rose. Janasek had to come over and help. And she picked up that foul. Cunningham's first free throw is up and in. Terea Cunningham, 74% free throw shooter on the season. And the second one's good as well. So she's got all 4 of the Spartans' points here early. A little trapping defense there. Van Riper Rose fires again from the baseline, no good. Edwards with an offensive rebound. Her pass to Smith was tipped away by Thomas, but Smith got it back. Now Smith into the lane, goes up with the left hand. Can't finish. Bird with the rebound. Again, Bird leading rebounder in the WAC. 10.6 rebounds per game. Just a freshman. So a lot of promise from her. Janasek has the challenge of guarding her on the defensive end. Thomas drives in the lane, kicks it back out to James. James averages 8 points a game, 4 rebounds. She drives in against Michelle, gets it to Schill, and Schill puts it up and in for 2. Emily Schill, third leading scorer on this Spartans team at 11 a game. Edwards going to her right. And Thomas is going to pick up, or I beg your pardon, James is going to pick up that foul. She had to fight over the screen. Set there by Janasek. And then tripped up Edwards. Smith inside to Michelle. Outside now to Van Riper Rose, who fires another 3. That rattles out. Maya Michelle with the board. Edwards now going to try a 3 from the left wing, and that's good. Kaylee Edwards drops in a 3. It's a 26% free throw shooter on the season, but that number continues to rise as she gets more minutes. Schill on the inside goes up, and shot's no good, and a whistle. She got called for traveling. Good defense there by Maya Michelle to stand her ground. Great offensive board there by Maya. And Emmy Smith doing what she does best, finding an open shooter, and Edwards knocked down the triple. Thomas there trying to cut off Smith from going to her left. Pass inside to Janasek, back out to Smith. Cross court now to Van Riper Rose. Edwards, another 3-pointer, and that's good as well. Back-to-back possessions from Kaylee Edwards. And she converts from downtown. Give her 6 points here early. Pioneers up on top by 3. James, top of the key. Thomas on the right wing. Cunningham, a little pick and roll with Bird. Bird goes up with the left hand. And that shot's no good. Edwards and Bird get tied up. Brianna Bird is left-handed. That's her strong hand she just went up with. So at 6'1". She's a big body down low. Spartans are coached by Tim Lacoste in his second year, 20 and 34 overall. His 19th year as a head coach. Overall, he's 367 and 186. Cunningham comes up with it, pass ahead to Thomas. Janicek's back defensively. So a lot of experience on that Spartans bench. Schill inside, layups up and in. Nice pass by Thomas. Schill has 4. Van Riper-Rose, free throw line jumper too strong. Michelle with a rebound. Michelle averaging 9.8 rebounds on the season, but that number balloons to 11.4 in conference play. That's going to be an offensive foul going against Edwards. The all-time series between these two teams. Denver leads it 2-1. That one loss coming on January 17th in San Jose. The previous time these two teams met this season, it was a close one, 68-67. Cunningham launches a 3. That's too strong. Schill comes up with a rebound. Pass inside to Cunningham. That's blocked by Edwards. Cunningham came up with again. Goes up for the 3rd time in this possession and can't convert. So Pioneers will have the basketball. Number 24, Jazel Tauala has checked in the game for the Spartans. Edwards, free throw and jump shots. True. Edwards has 8 already. 8 of the Pioneers' 11. So this is a crucial matchup between the 6th and 7th ranked teams in the WAC. Separated by just half a game. Thomas with a 3. She's short on that. Emmy Smith grabs the rebound. Pass up ahead to Van Riper-Rose. Pull-up jump shot. Comes off the rim. Janicek with a weak side rebound. Van Riper-Rose thought about a shot, now pulls it back out, guarded by Cunningham. Van Riper-Rose had 25 against Utah State, her 8th time this season with 20 or more points. Edwards in the backcourt after that pass got deflected. Shot clock at 4. Janicek with a baseline jumper. She knocks it down. Good hustle there by Kaylee Edwards to track that one down and then race up court and find Janicek open. Tauala to James in the corner now to Cunningham. She drives in. Sweeping right-hand shot, no good. Michelle with a rebound. She dribbles it out to half court, hands it off to Smith. Pass inside to Janicek. She goes up with it. Shot no good, but Schill bodied her up, so Schill will pick up that foul. Janicek will head to the line. Say it all game, but nice pass by Emmy Smith. No look to Janicek on the low block. Allison is a 81% free throw shooter on the season. And her first free throw's up and in. 27 of 33 from the line. Michaela Newhouse checking in the freshman. Van Riper-Rose heads to the bench. Janicek's second free throw is up and in. And she checks out. 35, Desiree Hunter checks in for the Pioneers. Hunter's a 6'2" junior from Cypress, California. Averages 3.5 points per game, 3.8 rebounds. Alexis Hill, 00, has checked in for the Spartans. James with a long 3. Nice box out by Hunter. She collects the rebound. Smith up ahead to Edwards. 15-footer is good. Kaylee Edwards is on a hot shooting streak right now. 31 in the last game, 21 the game before that. James drives in strong, and we've got a jump ball call. Good defense there by Maya Michelle. Possession arrow favors or women's team today at recreation.du.edu. Spartans ball underneath, Hill to inbound. Gets it to Cunningham, shot up and in. Cunningham has 6 in the game. Again, this trapping half-court defense by the Spartans. Emmy Smith with a long jump shot, and Maya Michelle collects another offensive rebound. Now Michaela Newhouse from the left wing. That's too strong. Michelle almost had the rebound, and it got knocked out of bounds by Ta'uala. So Pioneers retain possession with a fresh shot clock. Smith unguarded while she's inbounding it. Gets to Newhouse, who fires again. That one's off to the left. And Bird with the rebound. Up ahead to Hill. And then a turnover. Now Michaela Newhouse up ahead with Edwards on her left wing. And Cunningham has to foul to prevent the layup. So Michaela Newhouse will go to the line. Cunningham picks up her first personal. Newhouse, 82% free throw shooter on the season. Now 10 of 12. Hill heads to the bench as Classy James checks back in. Newhouse from Lone Tree, Colorado, Highlands Ranch high school product. And now we've got some full court pressure by the Pioneers. They trap the first pass. Thomas is stuck in the corner, and she tries to dribble out of it, and that's going to be a blocking call on Edwards. Her second personal. And unfortunately, that's a tough call on Edwards. She's going to head to the bench as number 11, Jordan Johnston, checks in. Edwards with 10 already here in the first half. But there's 12:32 to go. She'll head to the bench. We'll see if she sits out the rest of the half. Pass inside to Bird, deflected. Back to Thomas. James drives in, and she walked. Traveling violation on Classy James as she went in through the lane with the right hand. Again, zone defense, but they extended all the way out to half court. Newhouse was trapped, lost it. Thomas picks it up ahead to Cunningham, and she went up with a layup, and Emmy Smith is going to get whistled for a foul. By the look on her face, she doesn't agree. Pass up ahead to Cunningham, and Smith was able to deflect it out of bounds. We got a little contact there and a foul. So Cunningham will go back to the line, having already made her first 2 today. Third one's up and in. Number 10, Morgan Van Riper-Rose checks back in for the Pioneers. Michaela Newhouse to the bench. And number 22, the freshman, Paige Bradley, checks in as Emmy Smith gets a breather. And that one falls for Cunningham. So she's having a nice first half with 8. Bradley on the right wing. Gets it into a cutting Van Riper-Rose. She couldn't handle the pass. Now Hunter has it. Johnston, top of the key. She drives in. Dishes to Michelle. Pump fake. Defender flew by, but she shuffled the feet. Matchup here between San Jose State and the Denver Pioneers. Some stats to watch here. The Spartans, with that trapping half-court defense, are forcing 22 turnovers a game. Pioneers averaged just 16, although they did have 18 against the Spartans in their previous meeting. Schill on the inside, nice up and under move, and scores. So Emily Schill has 6. Spartans are also 3rd in the WAC in steals. In part to this defense that's just plays in the passing lanes and creates a helter-skelter offensive possession like the Pioneers are having here. Shot clock at 7. Johnston fires a 3. That's too strong. Almost came up with a rebound. James now has a 2-on-2. She drives to the right side against Bradley. That ball was knocked out of bounds. Good defense there by the freshman Paige Bradley to prevent that layup. Number 13, Emmy Smith, checks back in. Bradley heads to the bench. Coach Carrie Cremines barking out her defensive encouragements and assignments. Thomas passes it to nobody, and Cunningham able to track it down in the back court. Plenty of time, 20 left on the shot clock. Cunningham tried to get it inside. Hunter with the steal. It's 2-on-1 with Hunter and Michelle, and Hunter's pass to Michelle was just a little bit too much, and that went out of bounds. Nice defensively there, play by Desiree Hunter. She anticipated that pick and roll pass from Cunningham to Bird and knocked it away. Thomas brings it up against Smith. Now back out top to Cunningham. Cunningham had 28 on January 17th when these two teams met. So she can fill it up, has been doing it all year. Third leading scorer in the WAC at 19.7. That's a turnover by the Spartans. Emmy Smith brings it up, weary of the trap that could come. Maya Michelle has 5 rebounds in the game as Hunter gets it underneath. Great pass by Emmy Smith. Something I try and bring up, we don't always mention, is she's 5'5". She averages 4.3 rebounds. So a lot of attention goes to her assists. And as a point guard, it should. But at 5'5", decent rebounding statistics, certainly. Thomas has it. Looking inside the Bird. Good defense there by Hunter. Cross-court pass goes off Cunningham's hand. So right in front of Coach Carrie Cremines. And it'll be Pioneer basketball. Hunter heads to the bench. Allison Janicek back in. Way too much on that pass from Thomas. And now Thomas whistled for the call at the top of the key. 30 feet away from the basket. She'll pick up the foul. Her first personal. And Thomas checks out. Jazel Tauala checks back in for the Spartans. Van Riper Rose. From the left wing, fires one and rattles that one home. Van Riper Rose now has 6, both 3-pointers. James in the lane, back outside to Aula. Now Cunningham. James inside, puts it up, got knocked to the deck. It's a foul, so she'll go to the line. Oh, I beg your pardon, traveling violation on James. James will head to the bench now as Alexis Hill checks in. Hill, 5'7" freshman from Houston, Texas. 5 out of the 8 players on this roster are freshmen. So Spartans with one of the youngest teams in the country. Smith driving in, kisses it off the glass with the left hand. Emmy Smith's in the scoring column. 1 of 3 shooting thus far this afternoon. Tauala to Cunningham, back to Tauala. She's looking inside to Bird, gets it in there, double teamed by Michelle, and we've got a jump ball. And that favors the Pioneers. Strong defense there by Maya Michelle, anticipating the lefty Bird, gonna turn and go up with it. Michelle was right there with the double team. Smith inside to Michelle, couldn't handle the pass, and Bird collects it. Hill, now to Cunningham. to Ualo with a jump shot, and that's good. That'll be her first 2 points of the game. Michelle drives in, puts up a one-handed floater, and that's good. So Maya Michelle's in the scoring column. Michelle with 6 rebounds, 4 offensively. To Ualo with a 3, no good. Bird and Michelle fighting for the rebound, and Janasek comes up with it. Smith leaves it for the trailing Janasek. Elbow jump shot, short. Hill with the rebound. Now Johnston came in. And that's going to be an unfortunate call against Jordan Johnston. She thought she had a tie-up. The San Jose State Spartans. That's due in part to some hot shooting by the Pioneers. They are 10 of 20 from the field and 4 of 8 from behind the arc. So 4 triples already here. Kayla Newhouse checked in during that timeout, comes up with a steal. Number 34, Teresa Worth, has checked in for the Pioneers. She's a 6-foot sophomore from Mesa, Arizona. She had it underneath and shuffled her feet, so that's a traveling violation. Pioneers double teaming on the low block defensively, and Newhouse doing a nice job anticipating that cross-court pass. Cunningham at the other end. Kicks it back out to Hill. Around the horn, Thomas now with it to the free throw line. Now inside to Schill. Nice ball movement here from the Spartans. Spartans are just shooting 33% as opposed to the Pioneers at 50. Shot clock at 2. Pass inside to Schill, knocked away by Worth. And the Pioneers have it. Emmy Smith, cross half court to Worth. Pioneers worked during their shoot-around a lot on their offensive sets against this zone. Van Riper Rose from the corner. That one rattles out. To Ualo, cross half court. Pioneers are back defensively. Thomas, 1 dribble and a 3. Around the rim and out. Janasek with the rebound. No look underneath to Worth from Smith. And she scores and got fouled. Teresa Worth picks up her first 2 points of the game, and she'll go to the line. Schill picks up her second foul. Worth underneath with a ball fake, and then able to put it up and in. Strong play there offensively from Worth. And checking in for the Spartans is Classy James as Schill goes to the bench. I beg your pardon. Bird went to the bench. James drives baseline against Worth. Goes up, blocked by Allison Janasek. Worth almost traveled there, able to put it on the deck and avoid the violation. Janasek leads the Pioneers with 25 blocks on the season. Janasek also the best 3-point shooter on this team. She's 7 of 15, good for 47%. Doesn't shoot it often, but when she does, she makes them. That foul, is it gonna go against number 24, Jazel to Uala. It's gonna be her first personal. Worth and Janasek head to the bench as Hunter and Maya Michelle re-enter the game. So Pioneers up 15 with 5.5 to play in the first half. Emmy being patient offensively. Now skip pass to Van Riper Rose, drives baseline, puts up a running one-hander and scores. Give Van Riper Rose 8 in the contest. Very limited bench here for the Spartans. And right now, they look tired. Pass underneath to Schill, and she could not convert. Nice pass there over the top of the defense by Thomas, but Schill unable to finish. Van Riper-Rose from the left corner knocks down a three. She was left open. Emmy Smith a game, and they give up 7.5. And Pioneers are on their way to being above that. They're at 5 already. James to Thomas out top to Cunningham. Pioneers doing a nice job on the low block, denying it. Cunningham with a long three, no good. That was tipped out of bounds by Hunter as her and Bird were fighting for position on the low block. I started to say the Pioneers are doing a nice job on the low block. Spartans are constantly trying to get the ball inside to Bird and Schill. And as soon as I say that, Desiree Hunter picks up her first personal foul. A little too aggressive defending the low block. Thomas inside to James. She goes up, a lot of contact. Shot no good. And James will go to the line. Van Riper-Rose picks up her first personal. James, 3 dribbles, fires. First free throw's good. Alison Janicek re-enters. Hunter goes to the bench. Second free throw is up and in for James. She had just 5 points and 4 rebounds when these two teams met in January. Newhouse, 3 from the left corner, air ball, and we've got a whistle away from the ball. I believe that's going to go against Maya Michelle. And that's her first personal. And the Spartans are now in the bonus. So James will walk down the other end and go to the line for a 1-and-1. That free throw's up and in. She's 3 of 3 from the line this afternoon, 74% shooter. Should mention for the Pioneers as that second free throw goes in for James. Number 4, Quincy Noonan, had come back from an injury and played 3 games. She is now back on the bench and won't be playing this afternoon. Newhouse fires another 3. That one rims out. Newhouse is not shy about shooting the basketball. Van Riper-Rose with a 3, and that one's good. Morgan Van Riper-Rose having quite the first half. 4 3-pointers. She's 4 of 6 from downtown. She's picking up where she left off after that 25-point performance last game against Utah State. Cutting into James, inside to Schill. She goes up, too strong. Bird with the offensive board. Now to Thomas from the left wing. That one's short, and it was tipped out of bounds by Bird. Thomas tried to save it, but she was out of bounds. Thanks for joining us on Pioneer Vision. Brad Thompson here with you. Pioneers up big, 39-20, late in the first half. Smith calls out the offense. San Jose State came in 3rd in the WAC in scoring, averaging 68.4 points per game. Pioneers have put the clamps on them here in the first half. Smith short with that jump shot, tracks down her own rebound. Van Riper-Rose driving in with the left hand, and she puts it up and in over Bird. Van Riper-Rose with 2 more. She has a game-high 16 for the Pioneers. Bird inside, again double-teamed, and shot was no good. Michelle with the rebound. Michelle has 9 rebounds. 8, I beg your pardon. And that's a foul up top. Should be a 1-on-1 situation for the Pioneers. Bird reaching in there, picks up the foul. That's Bird's first foul. Maya Michelle at the line for a 1-and-1, 58% free throw shooter on the season. Knocks down the first. Michelle's second free throw up and in as well. She has 4 in the game. Thomas gets inside the free throw line. Turnaround jump shot is good. Cherise Thomas with her first 2 points of the game. She averages 8 to go along with 4 rebounds. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Maya Michelle on the screen. She picks up her second personal foul. And just like that, Teresa Worth is up and off the bench. And Michelle heads to that. Heads to the bench. Van Riper-Rose came off that screen, was open. Thomas now to James. Drives in with the right hand, throws up a shot, no good. James is always trying to go with the left hand, or the right hand, I beg your pardon, into the lane. Johnston lost it on the floor. Cunningham got it to Bird. Now Thomas brings it across. She spins against Smith. Now kicks it back out to Cunningham. Schill goes up with a left hand and scores. Nice move there by Emily Schill, the freshman from Australia. Worth with a long jump shot. No good. James came in with the rebound. So Pioneers in front, 43-24. Cunningham driving in the lane, a lot of contact, and was able to score that one. For the Spartans. Smith brings it across. High screen from Worth, finds Van Riper-Rose at the elbow. Now back outside. Pioneers doing an excellent job here in the first half, moving the ball and keeping this zone working defensively. Emmy Smith with an 18-footer is good. She has 4 here in the first half to go along with 9 assists already. Unbelievable. And that's going to be a traveling violation on Thomas. Spartans just look a little bit out of sync offensively. Pioneers using a little bit of clock here. There's a 2-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Smith still in the backcourt, guarded by Thomas. 16 on the shot clock. Crosses half court, goes to her right, kicks it out to Worth, top of the key. Then Van Riper-Rose with a 20-footer. That's no good. Janasek with a rebound, and she was stripped by James. James racing down the right side, goes up, whistle, shot won't go. But Classy James will go to the line. Tenth team foul, so double bonus situation, although it was a shooting foul as well. So two free throws coming for James. James is a perfect 5 of 5 from the line tonight. Van Riper-Rose picked up her second personal on that one. And she'll go to the bench. Paige Bradley checks in. Bradley, freshman from Woodlands, Texas. Appeared in 21 games this season. And James missed the second of those 2 free throws. And that's going to be the end of the first half. So Pioneers with an impressive 2.3 blocks per game. And she hasn't recorded a block yet in this one. So the starting 5 are back out there for the Spartans to start the second half. And same for the Pioneers. So we are set to start the second half. Pioneers put up 45 points in the first half. And they shot a perfect 50% from The field's 16 of 32, including 6 of 13 from behind the arc. Pioneers were also 7 of 7 from the free throw line. They out-rebounded the Spartans 22 to 15. And that's one thing the Spartan squad is not the best at. They are -8 rebounding margin on the season. Pioneers come out in a zone defense. Cunningham launches a 3, hits to the front of the rim, then goes off the back of the rim and drops in. So the WAC's third leading scorer now has 13. Man-to-man defense here as Van Riper-Rose fires a 3. That's too strong. Cunningham with the rebound. She's pushing it. She's stopped there by Edwards. Thomas drives in with a little jump stop in the lane, then kicks it back out to Cunningham. Spartans being patient offensively. Cross-court pass as James drives in, and that's going to be a blocking foul on Edwards. Kaylee Edwards going to pick up her 3rd foul. James loves to go to her strong hand, that right hand. Edwards couldn't get in position in time. Thomas can't find anybody, and that's going to be a 5-second violation. So a turnover by the Spartans. Good defense from the Pioneers, denying the inbounds pass. Smith brings it across. Now Edwards into the corner to Michelle. Tough pass for Michelle, and she couldn't handle it. That goes off her foot and out of bounds. So both teams a little sloppy with the basketball here to start the second half. Edwards, who picked up that 3rd personal foul at the other end, will head to the bench as Michaela Newhouse checks in. Thomas trying to get it inside to Schill. Good defense by Michelle to deny the entry into the post. Schill now has it in the high post position. And a nice move underneath, but she can't convert. Thomas comes away with the offensive rebound. Back out to Cunningham. Now left wing to James. Inside to Bird. She goes up with the left hand. Can't convert. She came away with a rebound, and Michelle tied her up. So that's a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Pioneers. Good defense underneath against Rihanna Bird. Again, averages over 11 points per game and doesn't have any to show for it here. And we're in the second half. Pioneers up 15, and that is a carry call against Smith. You don't often see that called. Smith, the guilty culprit, the guilty party here. Spartans just 1 of 9 from behind the arc and 31% from the field overall. Pass inside to Schill. She goes up, a lot of contact. Count the basketball, count the basket, I beg your pardon, and she'll go to the line. Schill with 10 now. Heads to the line for the first time this afternoon. And that's up and in, so the lead is now just 12. It's been as much as 20. Maya hands it off to Van Riper-Rose. She tries to find Newhouse in the right corner. That was deflected out of bounds by Cunningham. Cunningham stepping into the passing lane there, deflecting that one out of bounds. Smith inbounds in front of the Pioneer bench. She gets it right back. Finds Michelle underneath. She goes up with that. Shot's no good. Rebound Thomas. Cunningham lost the handle on it going into the lane. We got a whistle and a foul that's going to go against Janicek. Crowd voicing their displeasure. Janasek heads to the bench. Hunter checks in for her. And Tuuala checked in as Bird went to the bench for the Spartans. James faked a three-pointer. Now the Spartans work it around the arc. James fires a three. That's too strong. Schill tipped it out. And she's going to get called for the foul, as on the tip out, she whacked Smith in the head, and Emmy Smith went to the deck. That is Schill's third personal foul. .12-point advantage here, early second half. Michelle pass inside to Hunter. Hunter with a ball fake, goes up and scores. Nice pass inside by Michelle. Hunter with the finish. Hunter has 4 in the game. James out top to Tuuala. Now Cunningham. Pass inside to Schill. She goes up with the right hand from the left block and scores. That's what the Spartans have been trying to do all game. Get it inside to Bird and Schill. Smith, pump fake now out top to Smith, dribbles in, thought about a shot, now hits a curling Van Rijper-Rose. She puts up the jump shot, and that's true. Morgan Van Rijper-Rose, 16 in the first half. She now has 18. 14-point advantage for the Pios. Here in their final home game of the 2012-2013 season. And Cunningham from the left wing drops in her second three of the half. She now has 16. Shell at the free throw line, gets a Newhouse. She drives in with the left hand, shoots it with the right, and that's off to Tuuala with the rebound. Thomas brings it across. The lead is 11. Cunningham another three, and that one rattles in and out and back in. And that is courtesy of Cunningham, the 5'9" sophomore from Winchester, California. 3 triples here in the second half. She's got 19 already in the game. And that pass by Smith was stolen by Cunningham, who's racing down against Van Rijper-Rose. That shot rolls around and drops. So she is having a fine second half. Cunningham is capable of this offensive outburst. Averages 20 points per game. Up ahead now, Spartans running again. Tuuala puts that one in. Another transition bucket. She has 4 in the game. Pioneers with not a ton of urgency here in the second half as they enjoyed a big lead at halftime. Meanwhile, the Spartans are clamping down defensively, forcing turnovers. Edwards banks in a long jump shot. And that's a good sign. Schill underneath now against Hunter. Shot no good. And Michelle comes up with a rebound. Edwards is perfect, 5 of 5 from the field. Michelle into the lane, floater, no good. Schill with the rebound for the Spartans. Cunningham with a game-high 21. James to Tuuala. Running one-hander won't go, and that's tipped out of bounds by Hunter. Spartans will have on here in the second half. That lead has dwindled to 6. Cunningham underneath and scores, and Kaylee Edwards is going to pick up her 4th personal foul. Cunningham got the inbounds pass on the opposite low block and went up, drew the contact, and scored. She has 23, including 13 already in the second half, and Pio's lead is now 4. Edwards, who was frustrated with that foul call, heads to the bench, and 22 Paige Bradley checks in. Cunningham sinks that free throw. She's a perfect 5 of 5 from the line this afternoon. Bradley, nice pass underneath to Michelle, and there's a whistle and a hold called against Cunningham. That'll be her second foul. Bradley got into the lane. Nice pocket pass there in between two defenders to Michelle. And Cunningham just grabbed her as Michelle went up for it. So she'll go to the line for 2. Maya, 2 for 2 from the stripe tonight. Make it 2 for 3. The lead now just 3 points, and it was 18 at the half. Maya's second free throw is good. She has 5 points this afternoon. Much more energy and intensity from the Spartans here in the second half. To Uala with a jump shot in the lane. That goes down. She's got 4 in the second half, 6 in the game. Got to wonder what the Spartans head coach Tim Lacoste said at halftime as Bradley misses the jumper. As this Spartan team looks like a different team here in the second half. James drives hard with the right hand, cut off by Bradley. Now they're swinging around the horn. Thomas drives in with the left, kicks it out to Uala for 3 from the corner. That one hangs on the rim and then comes off. Michelle with the rebound up ahead to Smith. Smith drives in, now kicks it back to Michelle, trailing the play, and Michelle's able to put it up and in. So 3 straight points from Maya Michelle, and the lead's 4. James guarded by Bradley, driving with the right hand, going strong, a lot of contact. She throws it up, and the shot won't go, or shot won't count. It did go down, but the foul's on the floor. That's going to go against Bradley, already Denver's 5th team foul. So Spartans much more aggressive, taking it to the hole here in the second half. Smith dives on the ground, comes up with a steal, and then calls timeout. So heady play. Maya Michelle with 7 points and cleaning up on the glass, 10 rebounds. But the Pioneers' large advantage is now gone. It's a 4-point game, 54-50. Smith drives in, leaves it for Michelle. She goes up with it, airballs it, and Schill comes away with the rebound. It's a big loss when Edwards goes to the bench because she's one of the best perimeter defensive players for the Pioneers. Thomas drives in, left-handed layup is good. Cherise Thomas has 4. Allison Janicek has checked back in at that last timeout for the Pioneers. Van Riper Rose with a 19-footer, too strong. Schill with the board. Thomas walks it across. Now the freshman Bradley is on Cunningham. So Uala drives in and throws in a left-handed scoop shot. That was a tough shot that went down. She has 8 in the game, 6 here in the second half. And just like that, that 18-point lead has vanished. 54 all. Bradley with a jump shot, short. Michelle with a rebound, then lost it. And there's a, was it tie up or was that a timeout called? Some full court man-to-man pressure here by Bradley. And we've got a whistle and a traveling violation. Number 34, Teresa Worth, sophomore, has checked in. Back to the University of Denver. Pioneers and Spartans all tied up 54 all with 10:55 to go. Smith, Worth, Bradley, Hunter, and Van Riper Rose on the floor for the Pioneers. Cunningham Schill, Thomas, James, and Tu'uala on the floor for the Spartans. Worth, top of the key, shot clock at 10. Hands it off to Smith. Free throw line jumper is good. Emmy Smith has 6. Spartans down at the other end now. And Denver regains the lead. Nice pass from Schill to Cunningham. Cunningham can't finish. And that pass is knocked out of bounds by Van Riper Rose. Thomas to trigger the inbound. We've got a whistle. And that's going to go against Hunter before the ball was even inbounded. Holding foul against Schill. Fouls are mounting here. Denver has 16 fouls already. San Jose State just 2 here in the second half. Thomas to James, top of the key, around the horn. Inside to Cunningham, and she had pinned Smith. And Cunningham, once she got the pass, was able to put it up and easily score. So she's got a game-high 26. Worth on the low block, kicks it back out to Van Riper Rose. Pioneers in need of some scoring. And Edwards is on the bench with 4 fouls. Bradley drives in with the left hand. A lot of contact. Scoop shot is good. Nice drive and finish from Paige Bradley. 5'9" freshman. The Spartans have not been in that zone defensively. Tu'uala with a 3, that's no good. Hunter with the rebound. Spartans have been playing man-to-man D, and it's working. Paige Bradley with another jump shot, and that's good. Paige Bradley with 4 in a row here for the Pioneers. They're now up 4. Thomas faked the triple. Now James drives in, puts it up short on the layup attempt. Hunter with the rebound. She dribbles it out past half court, now picks it up. Cunningham reaches in, tries to get the tie up, and that's going to be a foul on Terea Cunningham. That's going to be her 3rd personal foul. Pioneers would love to get her into foul trouble. Hill checks in as Cunningham gets a breather. Cunningham plays 35.5 minutes a game. As I mentioned, Spartans only with 8 players on the active roster. And Jamila Du Bois has not checked in the game. So they're going 7 here so far. Very thin bench. Hunter, jump shot from 15 feet, too strong. Hill with the rebound. Thomas now on the right wing. Inside to Schill. She couldn't handle that pass, went off her hands. Good pass by Thomas. Schill just couldn't hold on to it, so that's a turnover. That is San Jose State's 14th turnover, and Denver's capitalized on that, scoring 15 points off of those 14 turnovers. Pioneers, on the other hand, have turned it over 12 times. Allison Janasek checks back in. Hunter out. And Janasek immediately knocks down a jump shot. She now has 6. Hill trying to get inside to Schill. Janasek doing a nice job defensively. Now Schill does get it and goes up and scores. So nice body positioning there by Schill underneath to pin Janasek behind her. Now Janasek for 3, and she nails it. 5 in a row for Allison Janasek. As I mentioned, the first half, she percentage-wise the best 3-point shooter on the team. She is now 8 of 16, 50%. Thomas with a turnaround shot, no good. Janasek with the rebound. She gets it up to Emmy Smith, who goes for a 16-footer. That one's no good. Scramble forward, Hill comes away with it. And from the seat of her pants, she gets it out to James. And Bradley with a steal at the other end. So Paige Bradley only averages 7 minutes a game. Has 4 points here in the second half, just came out with a steal. Smith with another jump shot. Too strong. Worth fighting for the rebound. James came away with it. It's a 1-on-2. She's going to take it anyway. And Bradley stripped and came up with another steal. Nice defense on back-to-back possessions by Paige Bradley. Denver hosting San Jose State University in a WAC basketball matchup. Pioneers up 7 with 6.5 to play. Spartans now back in that zone. They played all the first half, and Janasek immediately takes advantage and puts in another 2. So she's got 7 here, all in the second half, to go along with her 4 in the first half, 11 total. Passes inside to Bird, goes up with the left hand and scores. Emmy Smith came over for the double team, and Bird was able to fight through 2 defenders and score. Bradley drives baseline and gets that one to go up and in over the taller Bird. So Paige Bradley having a nice second half, 6 points. Smith reaches in, comes away with a steal against Cunningham. Now racing down the court, it's a 3-on-1. To Bradley underneath, she puts that shot up, won't go, but she got fouled. Ta'uala will pick up her second personal foul, and Bradley will go to the line. Bradley on the season, just 3 of 4 from the stripe. Thomas heads to the scores table. That free throw is off by Bradley. James heads to the bench. Charisse Thomas checks in. Spartans shooting 57% in the second half and are 3 of 6 from behind the arc. As Bradley misses that second free throw, fight for the rebound, Thomas comes up with it. So that's how the Spartans have been able to close the gap. They tied it at 54, and now the Pioneers regain the lead and have extended it to 9 with 5:20 to go. Cunningham started the second half on fire and has cooled off as she passes that one to Hill, and that just rolls out of bounds in the backcourt. If Hill would have picked it up, it would have been a backcourt violation. So a turnover either way for San Jose State. They now have 18 turnovers. Van Riper-Rose to Worth. And she hands it off to Smith. Smith thought about a jump shot, got it to Worth, who drives in with the left, and blocked by Bird. First block of the game there for Rihanna Bird. Little give and go there. Cunningham couldn't handle the pass. Thomas, one dribble pull-up jump shot off the rim. Janasek with a rebound, outlet, Smith. She gets it inside to Bradley. Trouble with the pass initially, and then able to put it up and in. Paige Bradley, 8 points here in the second half, just averages 1.7 points per game on the season. Pass inside to Cunningham. Cross court now to Thomas. She's short on that three-pointer. Worth with the rebound, and Bird fouled her. So Rihanna Bird picks up her second foul. Schill checks back in as Bird goes to the bench. And Kaylee Edwards back on the floor for the Pioneers as Emmy Smith gets a breather with 4:17 to go. I imagine that'll be a quick breather. Just trying to get to the under 4 media timeout. And I bet Coach Cremines put Smith back in there down the stretch. Bradley guarded tightly there by Cunningham, able to get it out. And Teresa Worth knocks down a jump shot. She has 5. So Pioneers, start of the second half, were struggling to score, and now they have found their shot. Welcome back to Magnus. 3:50 remaining. Pioneers up 13, and with the basketball. Bradley brings it across. Tries to find Janasek on the low block. That was kicked out of bounds. 00 Hill has checked in for the Spartans. And Cunningham back out there on the floor as well. Van Riper Rose to Worth in the left corner. Left open, 19-footer, short. Hill with the rebound. Outlet to Thomas. Driving in against Bradley, and a late whistle against Paige Bradley. Minimal contact there. But nevertheless, Thomas will go to the line. And Bradley picks up her second personal. Thomas, 61% free throw shooter on the season. This is her first trip to the line tonight. That one bounces off the rim and out. As Hunter, Smith, and Michelle check back in, Janasek, Worth, and Bradley go to the bench and get a well-deserved round of applause. Thomas's second free throw is good. She's got 5 points. Lead is 12. 3:15 remaining. Smith inside to Michelle. Now block-to-block pass to Hunter. Shot went up and in, but she got whistled for a traveling violation. Excellent pass from one post player to another there from Maya Michelle. And Hunter just shuffled the feet there before she put it up. Hill, Cunningham to Uala for three. That's short, and Hunter collects the rebound. Outlet to Smith. Hunter driving in and scores. Nice running one-handed layup by Desiree Hunter. Schill underneath. That shot was blocked by Michelle. Hunter came away with it. Pass up ahead to Edwards, who's all alone for the left-handed lay-in. Kaylee Edwards has 14 in the game. Hill fires a three. That's long. Smith with the rebound. And with 2:15 to go, it's starting to get out of hand for the Spartans. Edwards running some clock, now driving in and scores easily. She got all the way to the basket and put it up with the right hand. Thomas to Cunningham to Tu'alu, and she knocks down that three. So she's had a nice second half, just 2 points in the first, but 9 here in the second frame. Smith running some clock, drives in, little 10-footer off the window, drops. Smith with 8 in the game. Hill's shot was too strong. Michelle with the rebound. Now gives it to Smith. Smith across half court as the Pioneers are now up 17. Smith coming off a high screen from Michelle, driving in and lost the handle, got knocked out of bounds. Pioneers will retain possession. Paige Bradley to the scorer's table, and she's going to come in for Emmy Smith. Big hug by Coach Cremines for Emmy Smith. The entire bench on their feet. A lot of hugs for the senior playing her last game here at Magnus Arena. Michelle drives in, running one-hander off the glass is good. So my Michelle with 2 more. Nice ovation from the crowd there for Emmy Smith. Thomas spins in the lane, turnaround jump shot is good. Sharice Thomas with 7. But it's not going to be enough as there's only 35 seconds remaining here in this one. And Denver's in front by 17. Whistle and a foul. Van Riper Rose will be inbounding from the sideline. Van Riper Rose with a big first half, 16. She has 18 in the game. Paige Bradley, now in the Arch Denver logo. Drives in with the left hand, kicks it in the corner to Edwards, who fires a 3. That one rims out. Hunter fighting for the rebound. Cunningham comes up with it in the corner in front of the Pioneers bench. 15 seconds to go. Thomas into the lane, leaves it for Schill, and she'll score. And as the clock winds down, 5 seconds remaining, Bradley's just going to dribble it out. And there's the buzzer, so that's going to do it. Pioneers win it